This case study from Margaret Macmillan Primary School focuses on communication and language and expressive arts and design, as well as a range of other areas of learning.
The child I'm going to be talking about today is a child who did reach the early learning goals for all areas by the end of the year. This child is a girl who does have English as an additional language, as the main language spoken at home is Punjabi.
So what sort of words and phrases did she use at the beginning of the year?
So she would just use one or two words and gestures to really make herself known and communicate with us. She wasn't using really full sentences in September.
This curriculum has given us so much more opportunity to be with the children and engage with the children. Have you seen that that's helped with the impact in her speaking and listening this year?
For this girl, that massive focus really helped, and she was able to reach those outcomes by the summer term. And we were able to see this during all the opportunities that we provide for our children to really talk and practice holding those conversations, really.
In the summer term, I did notice that she was talking more in full sentences. So she'd talk about what her favourite food was, and she'd talk to the other children about their favourite food.
During lunchtimes, we're lucky enough to have all the adults in early years to go into the dining hall and sit with the children and really speak to them. And she would say things to me like, "Miss, I've got pizza and chips today. Pizza's my favourite, and yesterday my dad got me a pizza from the takeaway."
And that's really good that she was able to use the word yesterday in the correct place. How do you think that that matches to the speaking early learning goal?
Because we saw it on a daily basis, we could see that she was able to use those correct tenses. She was able to link it to her own experiences and also engage in that back and forth with her teachers, but also her peers as well.
She enjoyed listening to stories read by other teachers and also exploring the books that we have in our reading area. Story time has such an emphasis in our school that we read the same book for a week to help the children grasp the understanding of the story and the new vocab. We then read the book again to the children in smaller groups, again to give them a further understanding of the vocabulary, but also to give them an opportunity to ask questions about the story.
One of the books we read was Little Red. I read it to the whole class, and then this girl took herself off to the DT area after the story and used the equipment to make a basket just like the character does in the story. And then we saw her then take the basket to the home corner and fill it with the pretend food we have. And then she got her friends, one to be the grandma, one to be the wolf. And then they had great fun acting out the story.
And was she working and playing cooperatively?
She was leading the play in terms of what they did next, but she would listen to the other children and listen to their opinions and share the conversation. When it got close to Eid, they talked about how they'd celebrated previously and talked about what they did during the day. And one of the things that she said was, "My brother goes to mosque to read the Eid prayer." They talked about different family members that would come to visit them during the day and talked about whether they came from Bradford or whether they lived further away.
And those really matched to the understanding the world.
As well as the decorating the home corner and having the clothes, we started doing Mendy patterns. So initially she would put Mendy on her own hands and also with her friends. And they talked about the different patterns that they had on their hands as well as what their grown-ups had at home.
From that, we could see her working cooperatively, taking turns, really speaking and listening to her friends' ideas as well so that they could create this sort of end goal.
So that really shows that through the year her speaking's really improved with everything you've put in place.
Absolutely, yeah.
She could create her own Mendy pattern, so using different colours and different materials such as matchsticks, cotton buds and thin and thick paintbrushes. When she started using the matchsticks, she really struggled to use them, but she did keep trying. She decided that the cotton buds were the best for the outcome that she wanted, so she said, "I like the cotton buds the best because they keep the paint on them."
So she kept trying and she didn't give up?
Yes, she did, yeah.
This child is meeting the level of development expected for all the areas of learning discussed.